Let us solve one question related to the design of pre-stressed concrete beam. The question is from May 2019. Okay, let us read this question. A rectangular pre-stressed concrete beam support a dead load moment of 15 kN/meter, including its own weight, and a live load moment of 40 kN/meter at its midspan. Determine the initial pre-stressing force and its eccentricity at the midspan section. The following values are: allowable initial compressive stress in concrete 17 Newton per mm square, allowable final compressive stress in concrete 14 Newton per mm square, allowable initial and final tensile stress in concrete 1 Newton per mm square, permissible tensile stress in steel 1000 Newton per mm square. Assume loss of stress is equal to 15%. Let us list out the given data. Okay. Allowable initial compressive stress means it is the FCT. Allowable final compressive stress means it is FCW. Okay. Allowable initial and final tensile stress in concrete, that means it is FTT, and FTW is same, is 1 Newton per mm square. Let us write down all these given data. Okay, so what is given? Bending moment due to dead load is 15 kN/meter. Okay, bending moment due to live load is 40 kN/meter. Okay, the permissible stresses are: the permissible compressive stress at transfer is 17 Newton per mm square. Permissible compressive stress at working load condition is 14 Newton per mm square. Okay, so permissible tensile stress in transfer condition and permissible tensile stress in working load condition is same, it is 1 Newton per mm square. And finally, loss is given, it is 15%. If loss is 15%, then loss ratio may be equal to 0.85. Okay, so this is the given data. So first you have to find out the minimum sectional modulus. Okay, minimum sectional modulus Z. Okay, we know that for rectangular section Z bottom and Z top is same. Let us calculate the Z bottom. Okay, the formula is bending moment due to live load plus 1 minus mu bending moment due to dead load as per our previous lecture. Okay, and FBR. So what is FBR? FBR is the bottom fiber stress range. Okay, how it is calculated? It is mu into FCT minus FTW. Okay, so let us put all the given values. Mu is 0.85, FCT is 17 minus FTW is the tensile stress in working load condition. It is 1 Newton per mm square, but the nature is tensile, so you have to put the -1. Okay. So FBR, after calculation, we get the value of FBR is 15.45 Newton per mm square. Okay. Now you have to put this value in above relation. So Z bottom is equal to, okay, bending moment due to lie load is 40 into 10 raised to 6 plus 1 minus mu is 1 minus 0.85 mu is the loss ratio. Okay. Then bending moment due to dead load is 15 into 10 raised to 6, okay, divided by FBR is 15.45. After calculation, we get the Z bottom is 2.73 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. So we know that, okay, we know that for a rectangular section, Z top, Z bottom is same, it is 1/6 of BD square. Let us assume depth is equal to twice of width. Okay, put Z is equal to 2.73 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, so 1/6, find out the width. So put depth here 2 of width square. After simplification, we get the value of width is 159.98 mm. Let's round up this value. Round this value as 160 mm. So as per our assumed proportion of depth is equal to twice of width, so depth is equal to twice of width is 160, so the depth of the section is 320 mm. So we get the width and depth of the section. Okay, so we get the width and depth of the section. So width is 160, depth is 320. So this is the cross section view of the pre-stressed concrete rectangular section. Then calculate the actual stresses developed next step. Then calculate the actual stresses developed at top and bottom fiber. Okay, so F top fiber is calculated as FTT minus bending moment due to dead load divided by Z top. Okay, so we know the FTT is -1, so bending moment due to dead load is 15 into 10 raised to 6 divided by Z top is 2.73 into 10 raised to 6. From that we get the Z top value. By putting this, we get the top value is -6.49 Newton per mm square is the Z top value. Okay, as well as you have to find out the actual value of F bottom also. Okay, F bottom having formula, okay, FTW divided by mu plus bending moment due to live load plus bending moment due to dead load divided by mu into Z bottom. Okay, so permissible tensile stress in working load condition is -1. Okay, mu is loss ratio 0.85. Bending moment due to live load is 40 into 10 raised to 6. Bending moment into dead load is 15 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, divided by 0.85 is the loss ratio and Z is 2.73 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, as per calculation we get the Z bottom value is 22.52 Newton per mm square. Okay, once we get the Z bottom and Z top value, so now you can easily find out the pre-stressing force and eccentricity of the tendon. Okay, let consider step 3, how to find out the pre-stressing force, how to find out the pre-stressing force P. The formula is area of the section multiplied by F bottom into Z bottom plus F top into Z top divided by Z top plus Z bottom. After putting all these values, 160 into 320 is the cross sectional area of the section. Okay, so here Z bottom and Z top is having same value. Let's put it is the common. It is 2.73 into 10 raised to 6. Only you have to take the algebraic sum of this F bottom and F top. Okay, F top, F bottom is 22.52 and minus it is 6.49 because the F top is having minus. Okay, so it is algebraic sum of two section modulus, so 2 into 2.73 into 10 raised to 6 because Z top and Z bottom is having same value. After simplification we get the value is 410.36 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Okay, that is 410.36 kilonewton. Okay, so then how to find out the area of wires? How to find out the area of wires? Okay, area of wires or area of tendon. Okay, so the area of wire is equal to this pre-stressing force divided by permissible stress in permissible stress in steel. Permissible stress in steel is given in question. Okay, 410.36 into 10 raised to 3. Permissible stress in tendon is given in question, it is 1000, though area of wire is 410.36 mm square. Okay, if you assume 6 mm diameter of wire, Okay, so the number of wires are required. Number of wires in one tendon is 410.36 divided by area of one wire is pi by 4 6 square. Let calculate this thing. Okay, so 410.36 divided by pi by 4, okay, divided by pi by 4 into 6 into 6, so we get the number of wires are 14.51. okay, number of wires are 14.51, so say as 15 wires are required. Finally, you have to find out the eccentricity of a tendon. Okay, this is the last step. So how to find out the eccentricity of tendon? Okay, so eccentricity is calculated using this formula: z bottom z top into f bottom minus f top divided by cross sectional area of the concrete, f top z top plus f bottom z bottom. So the z bottom and z top is having same value, so 2 into 2.73 into 10 raised to 6. okay, so f top is, it is minus 6 point, f bottom, sorry it is 22.52 minus you get plus, because f top is having minus value, it is 6.49 divided by area of section is 160 is the width of the section, 320 is the depth of the section. okay, so once you put the z is common here, so 2.73 into 10 raised to 6, only you have to take the algebraic sum of f top and f bottom. okay, f top is minus 6.49 plus 22.52. after calculation we get the value of eccentricity is 96.42 mm. okay, so what finally we get? So cross sectional area of the beam is 160 mm wide, 320 mm deep. So this is the siege of concrete. okay, then this is a wire, so eccentricity of wire is 96.42 mm, and here the 15 wires of 6 mm diameter. So this is the completion of this problem.